a famous dad, and his daughter who grew apart. For more than 10 years, people watched as a famous movie star slowly drifted away from his only daughter. Now, people are finally talking about it. The truth is sadder than anyone thought. Surrey Nowell used to be called Surrey Cruze. She grew up famous even though she never wanted to be. She was born famous and kept away from cameras. Now she's 19 years old, and she's making choices that surprise everyone who remembers when her family looked perfect and happy. This is the real story of a daughter who grew up without her dad nearby, and a dad who slowly stopped seeing her every day. How it all started. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes met in 2005. Katie was 26 and famous from a TV show called Dawson's Creek. Tom was 43 and already a huge movie star. He made famous movies like Top Gun and Mission Impossible. Katie once said her dream was to marry Tom Cruise. When Tom saw her, he told his friends, "I'm going to marry her." Things happened very fast after that. People saw them holding hands in Rome and laughing together. Tom even jumped on Oprah Winfrey's couch on TV and shouted, "I'm in love." Some people thought it was sweet. Others thought it was weird. On April 18, 2006, their daughter Surrey was born. Tom called it the happiest day of his life. But even Surrey's birth followed special rules from Tom's religion called Scientology. Katie grew up Catholic, so this was all very new and different for her. They got married in a castle in Italy. It cost over $3 million. Famous people like Will Smith and Jennifer Lopez came. But Katie's parents were worried because this new life was so different from what they knew. When things started to change. From the outside, everything looked perfect. But inside, things were changing. Friends noticed that Katie rarely went anywhere alone. Someone was always watching her. Tom believed strongly in Scientology. To him, it gave his life structure and purpose. But for Katie, it started to feel like she was trapped. Katie's parents were worried. They didn't see their daughter as much anymore. Friends said Katie seemed different, like she was trying to convince herself everything was okay. By 2010, Katie started spending more time in New York, away from Tom. She wasn't just drifting away, she was making a plan. The Big Escape. On June 29, 2012, Katie filed for divorce. Tom was shocked. He said, "It hit me hard." But Katie had been planning this for months. She changed her phone, hired new security, and worked with her dad, who was a lawyer. Katie filed the divorce papers in New York, while Tom was in Iceland making a movie. He found out the same way everyone else did, from the news. Katie wanted full custody of Surrey. She wanted to make all the decisions about school, health, and religion. She was worried about the church controlling Surrey's future. The divorce was done in just 11 days. Tom agreed to pay $400,000 a year for Surrey's care. But Katie didn't really care about money. She wanted freedom. The next day, Katie and Surrey left Los Angeles and moved to New York. When photographers finally found them, they were walking hand in hand in the city. Katie looked tired but free. She was finally smiling a real smile. 2 separate lives. After the divorce, Tom and Surrey's lives went in completely different directions. In 2013, Tom admitted in court that Katie left partly to protect Surrey from Scientology. Reports said Tom only saw Surrey once after the divorce. After that, no photos, no visits, nothing. Tom kept making movies and doing dangerous stunts. Fans loved him, but his daughter was growing up without him. Katie gave Surrey a normal life in New York. She went to regular school, took dance classes, and went to parks. Friends said Surrey was bright, warm, and normal, even though she was born famous. As Surrey got older, she looked just like her mom. But whenever someone mentioned her dad, she would change the subject. A new name, a new life. By 2021, Surrey was making her own path. She went to a famous arts high school in New York. She sang, acted, and made short films. Then something big happened. During a school musical, her name in the program wasn't Surrey Cruze, it was Surrey Nowell, using her mom's middle name. This wasn't just for the play. It was a statement. She was choosing her own identity. When Surrey graduated in June 2024, Tom wasn't there. He was at a Taylor Swift concert in London. But Katie was there, crying happy tears and clapping for her daughter. Now Surrey is 19 and in college studying fashion. She's writing music and figuring out who she wants to be. Tom still pays for her school, but they haven't been photographed together in over 10 years. The big question. Tom keeps making amazing movies. He's even planning to film in outer space. But the distance between him and Surrey might be the one thing he can't fix. Katie focuses on being grateful and watching Surrey grow strong and independent. The question everyone wants to know is, will Surrey ever let her dad back into her life? Or is the distance too big to fix?